Welcome to Wellbeing A to Z. Join us for this episode D when we discover how to choose the right doctor for you. We dive right into relaxation. We learn how to dance our way to health. And to diet or not to diet, that is the question. Although none of us like to think about the possibility of getting sick, if we are being practical about it, we'd have to admit that at some stage in our lives, we'll need a doctor. As intimidating as the folk in the white coats appear to be, we can exercise a little choice and control when it comes to our health. Choose the doctor that's right for you. Start by looking at your specific needs. Do you have children? You need a doctor with paediatric training. Don't be afraid to ask your GP if they have further training in any specific field. Even general practitioners have special passions and interests. Is gender an issue for you? If you're female, you may feel more comfortable with a female doctor for things like breast examinations and pap smears. Don't be afraid to speak up at the local medical centre and ask if that's going to make you feel more comfortable. Reputation is a good indicator of a good doctor. If you've just moved to a new area, ask your new workmates who they prefer to see and why.
Traditionally, patients, including me, have deferred. The doctor knows best. And in some situations, when you're very ill, we're very grateful the doctor knows best and will get on with whatever needs to be done in an emergency situation. But as we all live longer, and a lot of the diseases we have are chronic, then I think we want to be given choices. We want someone who will interpret the massive data, who will use their judgment, because each of us is unique. We don't want to be told it's all driven from some policy from on high. We want to feel that the doctor is concerned about us as an individual.
The best person to ask, however, would be the local pharmacist. These experts know more about drugs than GPs do and will be in the know as to which doctors prescribe medicines responsibly and which ones go overboard with things like antibiotics and antidepressants. They won't be able to name who they don't recommend, of course, but they will be able to tell you who the good local doctors are. Walking into a crowded waiting room may not be an indicator that the doctor is especially good or popular. It could mean that the centre is understaffed or lacking in time management skills. So shop around and don't be afraid to ask. Close your eyes at the office and picture the perfect blue ocean and a Swedish masseur called Sven. Who's got the time for a 3-week holiday in the Bahamas? You can make time, though, for an afternoon trip to the local luxurious day spa. Feel the tension literally melt off your shoulders as you walk into the ambient atmosphere. Ready yourself for some prime time relaxation. What kind of massage does it for you? An entrancing lomi-lomi session with oils and rocks? A gentle lymphatic sweep to tone the blood? Be pampered, attended to, restored and revitalized. Day spas have grown in popularity incredibly over the last 5 years. In the US alone, there has been a 200% increase in demand. As the world works harder and stress-related illnesses increase, people are seeing the sense in making relaxation routine. So even if you don't have time for that romantic cruise for two to the Caribbean, you may be able to squeeze in a little self-time with a day trip to the country, or indeed your local shopping mall, to try for yourself the day spa experience. Make sure you can easily get to the doctor's surgery. If you're sick, you may not be able to drive. Is public transport nearby? So you've overindulged during the festive season. You're feeling bloated, greased up and lethargic. Time for a detox to cleanse your system. Or is the current detox trend just a further load of rubbish to clog up your body and drain your purse? Medical training in both traditional and alternative medicines teaches its practitioners that there is no way to detox the liver, the kidneys, or any other organ. You can give them a rest by not putting harsh substances into them in the first place, but you cannot detoxify these organs in themselves.
There isn't really any scientific meaning to the word detox. Each product has a different definition. In fact, in many cases when we contacted them, they didn't even know themselves what they meant by detox. And then the claims that they made, none of the products were able to provide evidence to show that these claims were true.
The liver itself is your body's greatest detoxifier. If you want it to work better, give it a rest by eating sensibly and not overindulging. This will give it more energy to produce proteins and hormones for you. Stuffing it with the latest detox gimmick will just take up more of your valuable liver's valuable time. It's a scientific fact that staring at tropical fish in a tank reduces your blood pressure, taking the tension right out of you. Why not get rid of the fish tank and jump right in with the fish? Dive down deep into relaxation and well-being. Anecdotal evidence suggests that blood pressure remains lowered for a few days after a good scuba dive. If you have high blood pressure and live close to the ocean, why not add to the experiment and see if it's true for you too? In order to experience the mysteries of the big deep, you need to be able to tread water for 10 minutes and surface swim continuously for 200 metres. A 3-day open water course, complete with rigorous training and examinations, will have you diving safely into a whole new pastime. Magical underwater vistas await you in exotic locations. Float amongst the schools of vibrant blue surgeonfish on the Great Barrier Reef or Cocos Island. 1,000 fabulous photo opportunities await. The peace and quiet of this noiseless environment adds a meditative atmosphere to the whole experience. Allow the buoyancy of the sea-salty water to take the pressure off your tensed-up shoulders and relieve those aching joints. What liberation to finally be able to move a restricted limb in the space-like atmosphere of the deep sea. Just go with the flow. Ponder the longevity of the peaceful sea turtle. She knows the secret to a long life. It's time to rethink, reconsider, or just zone out. Only 5% of the world's oceans have been scuba dived. It's the final frontier, the ultimate escape. If you want to get away from the hustle and bustle, why not join the adventure? Mobile phones can't ring underwater. Never do a water detox. Drinking too much water too quickly can be lethal. It's a hot topic. Diabetes is on the rise and shows no signs of abating. So what is diabetes exactly, and how can you avoid this lethal disease? There are two types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. Type 1 diabetics are insulin dependent because their immune system has turned against their pancreas, destroying insulin-producing cells. Insulin carries glucose energy to every cell in the body, so you can see the problem with not having any insulin. You would have absolutely no energy and possibly slip into a diabetic coma. Insulin-dependent diabetics avoid this by injecting a range of synthetic insulins directly into the bloodstream. Pre-filled insulin pens make injection less harrowing. There is even a new jet injector which sends insulin through the skin into the bloodstream via a high-pressured stream of air.
The complications of diabetes are very dramatic. Many people think that, especially if they've got type 2 diabetes, it's just a mild condition. It's not. All diabetes are serious conditions and have very serious consequences.
Even type 2 diabetes can lead to other complications with the kidneys, eyes, circulation and nerves. Exercise and regular sensible eating are key to the health of any diabetic. Avoid fructose in favour of more stable sugars like dextrose to keep blood sugar levels even. Have you ever wondered at the world's fascination with diamonds? A gaze through the window at the glittery display of perfectly faceted gems lifts the spirits and cheers the heart. There may actually be a reason for this. Energy healers, who use diamonds to mend the chakra systems of their patients, believe that diamonds are especially effective for balancing the crown chakra. This is the wheel of energy at the top of your head that Eastern medicine believes regulates the pineal gland, among other things. This gland helps you feel awake and alive with the sun and gets your body and mind into balance with circadian rhythms. Alternative healers say the diamond exudes a masculine sun-like energy. They link the gem with creativity, abundance, strength and purity of heart, making the diamond the perfect token of your love. Perhaps a $300 jar of diamond dust face cream is more your loved one's style. It's said to improve cellular function and counter electromagnetic radiation. Most believe, however, that a diamond is best kept whole in the company of a vow and a kiss. In your lifetime, you will spend approximately 6 years in a different realm, the realm of dreams. Although these meaningful sleep experiences have been studied for millennia, nobody has got a solid clue as to why we actually drift off into this absurdist land of warped images and improbable actions. The first dream theorists thought dreaming kept your mind balanced, pointing out problems and deficiencies in the personality that needed to be worked on. Later, scientists thought dreaming was just a byproduct of the brain's sorting and cataloguing of all the new data of the day. Now, dream researchers say dreaming has no purpose at all. But there are still those of us who derive meaning and pleasure from our dreams. And that's a purpose right there. Diabetes can occur in pregnant women for the duration of the pregnancy. Make sure you don't skip checkups. Dancing may be just the thing to get you up on your feet and moving to the fitness beat. But even though most of the action is going on in those shuffling shoes, it seems the benefits of dancing stretch all the way to the other end of your body. Dancing has a triple benefit for your brain. A 21-year study has revealed that dancing reduces the risk of dementia and Alzheimer's in the elderly. It's all that extra blood flow along with the wonderful memory workout that puts dancing at #1 on your list of ways to keep fit after 50. And all of those happy hormones that are released as a result of the socializing aspect of enjoying a dance class are the icing on the cake, real depression busters. Aside from the triple brain benefit, dancing is, of course, an excellent way to keep your muscles toned and your cardiovascular system fit. We've all been awe-inspired by the sheer flexibility of the greats such as Nureyev and Fontaine. If you could stretch half as well as a professional dancer, you'd be on your way to a pristine lymphatic system. And since dancing is a weight-bearing exercise, it's especially good for strengthening the bones in the legs and hip area. So if you're middle-aged, it might be time to put some hop back into your hip to keep osteoporosis away. According to studies at the Mayo Clinic, dancing is a proven stress reliever. This puts people who dance regularly at lower risk of coronary heart disease and high blood pressure. So reach for the rumba over the rum any night of the week. Weight loss due to dancing keeps the waistline down and diabetes at bay as well. It seems there is no end to the health benefits of dance, so grab a partner and take some positive steps toward better health. Dance classes abound. Take your pick from belly to ballroom, from crumping to classical. It's all up to you. Dining out doesn't have to be a calorie-crushing affair for the weight-conscious amongst us. It's possible